Greetings, you all. Happy Wednesday. How y'all doing today? I am the Moon Mama, and today is the day that Mercury rules, and Mercury is currently at the final degree of Virgo, or nearing the final degree of Virgo. Mercury is the planet that rules our mind, how we perceive reality, and every planet is important and everything is impacting us, but Mercury is the energy of this is a mental reality. And so wherever your Mercury is in your chart has a huge impact on the way you perceive this reality. Now, the thing that's so fascinating is that, we've been conditioned in what I like to call a big Disneyland. America and the ways that we relate to the world and to one another has been through conditioning. We have been trained through education and religion and politics how to be. We have been trained how to think what's good and bad. Like, all of that has been conditioning. And that is our minds. Like, our minds have been hijacked. And this reality is false. This is not the real reality. And so we are living at a time right now where it's an opportunity for us to begin to reprogram our minds towards what is true, towards what is divine, towards what is in alignment. Because the way that we think impacts everything, right? So if you think something is against you, your body will create something against you. I talk to so many clients who have and interrupts our natural ways of being and functioning. And so you see, we have high rates of cancer and depression. All of that is because our minds are fucked up. It's because our minds are really out of alignment. And so we don't understand that our minds are creating things. So, I have watched myself, literally, I have been reprogramming my mind for years using the moon cycles. And now I'm beginning to witness my reality come into manifestation because I have been day by day, deliberately, one day at a time, intention and ritual at a time, reprogramming my mind into what I want it to be. Because the other thing is, you can be whatever you want to be. Like, this is a blank page. And that's why somebody came in and was like, let's create America. And we're going to make these laws and these rules and these, because you can do whatever you want to do. It just doesn't make sense for us to be caught in somebody else's story. It doesn't make sense for you to be caught in someone else's narrative if you can have your own reality. And we've been conditioned that today is Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday. All of that shit is man-made. It's man-made stuff. It's all man-made. And you can take it and make it what you want to be. And that's why I use astrology, because astrology is like a foundation. It's like the code. And it's like, okay, now how do you want to make the code? What are you going to do with the code? And that's why astrology really works for me, because it shows me like, oh, this is a blank page. And whatever I think is what it's going to be. And so if I think I'm free, and, I've told you guys how the most important thing to me, for me in my life, or one of the most important things, is for me to define myself on my own terms. I don't want to be defined by being somebody's wife. I don't want to be defined by being somebody's mother. I want to be defined by being how I want me to be, how I feel aligned and fully realized. Because all of these cultural definitions and cultural norms, they just feel too small to me when I understand what we're capable of. The fact that we are capable of healing our bodies and, teleport, like the fact that we're capable of all these things that we have been told are unrealistic and fantasy. Like, if we're capable of so much, why would I want to use my capability on only aspiring to being in a romantic relationship. That just doesn't make sense to me. Why would I want to use my capability on working for somebody and making a company a lot of money? Why would I do that if I can do it for myself? If I can realize who I am and discover the full scope of myself, why would I give that to somebody else? It just, like, it literally leaves me like this, like, I'm gonna discover that I am pure gold and powerful, and then I'm gonna rent it out to somebody else. Why don't I just use it to do what I want to do? Why don't I just use it to be fully realized in what makes sense to me? That's why they created America, because they knew they could, so they did. Right? Like, so why don't we do more? Because we just have been conditioned that we can't. That's all. And now is a time for us to be waking up to who we really are. And that starts with programming the mind. And all it is beginning to and are devoted to. Look at how it's changing your life and the lives of everyone around you. Isn't it amazing when I see somebody and they've been doing the work that has come through me, or I've been supporting them, and I get to see their lives totally be revolutionized? I love that. That is amazing to me. So the way we talk to ourselves and talk about ourselves and talk about reality is a key to reprogramming it. It is a key to making it different. And then also guarding yourself, like really learning to guard yourself. I was out the other day, and people are very much asleep, is what I'll say. Remember there's that movie in The Matrix, and when Morpheus says that people who are still plugged into the Matrix are really dangerous. And here's how that shows up for me. So I'm out the other day, I'm at the farmer's market. I go to 2 farmer's markets because I just am so excited to go get a big gallon of honey, like literally an $85 bottle of honey, because I've been making these incredible teas and juices. So I go get all the stuff that I want, some watermelons and things, and then I go to sit and talk with my friends who I normally talk with on Sundays. And I pull my cart up. I'm having one of those black buggies. I pull it up, and I pull it up at the bench, and sitting on the bench is a gentleman that I am not really great friends with, but I see him there, and we talk casually a little bit, but not too much. And he was talking to a very older looking white woman who looked like she was Eastern European. Like, that's all I can say. She had long black and gray hair, and she was plumpy looking, and she looked like she was somebody's grandmother. And as I walked up, her accent, like, "Are you his mother?" And I looked at her, and I felt the sting of that. I felt it. And typically I would have recoiled. And I looked at her and I said, "Why would you say that? Because we're both black? Why would you say that?" Like, I literally would. I was like, why would you ask me if I'm his mother? Based upon what? What would have you make that connection? And she just, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. I was like, no. Why would you say it? And then she couldn't come. So I just turned around and walked away. And the man that was sitting there, he looked away. He was just like, and it was a very interesting experience of, like, people's projections and what they see, and based on the stories they tell themselves. We're all doing it. We're all projecting what we think based upon what we see, because we're also externally focused. And the external focus is so limited. So she saw a black woman pulling up a cart near a black man. He and I are about the same age, but in her mind, maybe because my hair is gray, I looked older. He also looks very young. He's a very dark man, and he's very youthful looking. But she told a whole story, and that is Mercury. Like, the stories we tell become our reality. And it's as women, if we think we're aging, or we think that we look, if all of that stuff is a thought program that then creates the reality that you are telling yourself. All of it. I don't have enough money. It's all a thought program based upon the conditioning of the culture that is designed to feed off of us, which is a part of the game. You know what I mean? I ain't even mad at it anymore, because when you see that it is what it is, because it's how it works here, you just got to get up on how to play the game, you know? So with that, today, like I said, Mercury is in the final degrees of Virgo. Mercury in Virgo has been about really sharpening your intuition, sharpening your body's intuition. And how you do that is with fasting, for me, with fasting and prayer and cold showers. Right now I'm going to go get a vitamin drip, like to really strengthen my intuition and my body and my gut. And, you know, making sure I have gut health, all of that sort of stuff. So that's been Mercury in Virgo, and it's leaving now. But today Mercury is it's an opposition. And do meditation and spiritual practice to support you in transmuting it. Do meditation and spiritual practice to support you in transmuting it so that you can free yourself. All right, you all. Peace and blessings. If you need any support, you can reach me at my